Well, potential buyers and homeowners looking to refinance are now looking at some of the lowest mortgage rates in history. In fact, they are the lowest rates in history. Mortgage buyer Freddie Mac is reporting the average rate on a 30-year fixed loan is down to 3.67%. You see the 15-year fix on your screen. It's under 3%. The question is now, how much lower will it go? And who can really take advantage of these rates, whether you're buying or refinancing and all of that? So Dani Babb is with us today, a real estate analyst and CEO of the Babb Group. Nice to have you back with us, Dani.
Good to be back.
Let's talk about the first part of that question. You know, could we see 2% 30-year fixed mortgages? Do you think it'll actually go that low?
I don't think it will. I think we're probably seeing pretty close to the bottom of the barrel. I mean, this is historically the lowest it's been, and it's largely driven by consumer confidence and investor confidence and where they're putting their money. And so right now, as there's some instability in the market, it's actually helping the mortgage rates. But as confidence grows in the market and Europe stabilizes, we'll see the rates start to go up a bit.
All right. And even if they go up a little bit, they're still at historic lows, even if you're around 4%, right? So a lot of folks are thinking,
absolutely,
if I could jump into the market now, that's great. Maybe I should consider refinancing. Who do these low rates really help in your experience?
They help new home buyers primarily, and first-time home buyers even more. Refinance rates are actually a little bit higher than purchase rates, and generally by 0.5% or a little bit more. So, for example, if you were to buy a 30-year fixed home, a 30-year fixed mortgage on a $200,000 home, you're looking at about $800 a month. And this applies to people that have a credit score of about 680. They have 20% down. They've been in their job for 2 years. They can have a bankruptcy, but not in the last 10 years. They can have no short sales in the last 3 to 5, no foreclosures in 5 to 7. And here's a kicker. Generally, these loans only go up to $417,000. Above that, you're looking at a jumbo or a non-conforming loan, which does have higher rates, but they are available today.
That's it. Wow. So, you know, 1 out of 5 Americans are underwater when it comes to their mortgage, meaning that their mortgage is at a higher amount than what their home is currently worth right now. That doesn't mean they're getting kicked out of their home. It just means that they bought at a time in the market when the market was different. So for folks that are unsure whether or not they're underwater, if their home has fallen in value, what should they do about refinancing right now?
Well, the first thing they need to do is get an appraisal, and they can do that a number of ways. They can go to a bank and work on a refinance loan, which the process of going through that will include a bank appraisal. So that may be a good place to start. They can hire their own appraiser for usually less than $500 to come appraise a home. So find out what you owe versus what the home is worth. And there's only a couple of options available if you're underwater. You can't refinance unless you're going to bring in the cash to balance out so that the loan to value is not more than 100%. So that's generally off the table. Then the owner is looking at a loan modification, which is very tough to get, or generally a short sale. And if you're going to do that, this is the very last year you can do it and not pay tax on a primary residence as ordinary income for that loss.
Wow. Dani, is it getting better? Is it getting better out there, or is it kind of staying the same? What's your sense?
Most of the market's staying the same. There seems to be there are a few bright spots, and then there are areas of stabilization. For example, Midwest, Northwest, we're seeing some stabilization. But we're also seeing bidding wars in some places, like Silicon Valley, where I am out here in California, in Orange County, Seattle, Miami and Tampa, which really needed it, and North Dakota. Are seeing some bidding wars where people are actually putting multiple offers in on one home and driving the price up.
Wow. So it's really different depending on what region of the country you're in. Best to do a lot of good research before moving forward. Dani, nice to see you as always. Thank you so much.
Nice to see you. Thank you.
It would be nice to see that housing market turn around, wouldn't it?
It would be for everybody.
Yeah, for everybody.